Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering, and the civil love is to reach them in the still one surpass perfect, complete precious Buddhahood. Dala don't worry, no worry, Torbo don dom jin jin be barde ju bar ze ba dom je je zo ze be manang ga da nyam be zem jin dom je de wa dan de dong ara dan ra ren yor de la na me ba yang da bar zo be zan jo rum bo je do bar za da san ta achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until I death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma. And likewise in the example of a Bodhisattvas, as the previous Buddhas embodied enlightened mind. In the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings. Giving birth to bodhicitta, apply myself to a complete stage of the path. Sanjo Nimbon Jiji Bar Sanje Nan Lai Josen Jiji Dan Sanjo Zenbai Solan De Yin Jab Zen Jiji Tarang Hing Je De Jiji Sanjo Tong Ne Jibat Sanjo Zenbe La Ba La De Da Rem Yen Ne Ba Dar De Yen Ro La Ben Don Sanjo Zemne Jiji Yen De Yen De Ne La Ba Rumba Yen De La Ba Je. And the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in calamity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectively with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samadabhada's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I paste to them, multiplying my body as many times as the atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as their atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of various pure flowers, flowering garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them fine garments and perform the purpose of pour the highest moment and arrange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and the most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to the following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samadabhadas. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas. Those who have attained Aharacha, those who have entered the path of Aharacha and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate Buddhas intending pass introvert and Nirvana to living long for us many years, as they are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the Meru, the supreme mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon, as the Buddha fair are offered it. May all sentient beings attain the happinesses of Buddha fairs. Through the love offerings, with my body, birth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Om Guru Rina Mendala Bunza Munga Samanda Zavarina Samaye Ahom. I equal refuge, O nome of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are Victor Vajradhara, widow adopted. I bow at the feet of Father Njiktin Songong. Continually I think with no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize and liberate the nature of the mind. Cham Ranger, Domain, Zam Lin, Jin, Dragwe, Dong Song, Yong La Jia. 自美加外多见强邦决定公平小兰的，得到的三界就来美心界老界都接近，应该明白萨尔内将甚至这儿的都把的心机喽。Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two-way hackers and the combination according to disposition and likewise mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of tubers, and perceived the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds wisdom takes at his heart, he has a compassion. For all beings who are suffering from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of Samsara as a father for an only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramani speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cast sadness of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, magician, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Wange Yorama, Om Wange Yorama. Om Wange Yorama, Om Wange Yorama. Om Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama. Om Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama. Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama, Wange Yorama. You are the perfect youthful body whose flame of wisdom blazes and the dispel darkness of orderly ignorance are posted before you and the press to Manjushiri. You neglen Jangwai Bo Yi Shi Dome Rab Dembar. Jidin the moments are one Jambar Yang La Zanzar Do. Dange doje jaje reisen ron yinje medo deje bunjong bazar je lambo dawar jibe ge shaje jarbe jala guzanzar. Norjen janjen delo naro damar ba mela jije gambo. Pamo zhuba jirwan jigong be ga julama nan lai zorwan de. Rome jije yenje boran de zong zong je genje ngo rang san je ge ngo zong don ze be za ve la me ya la zorwan de.
Khenpo, before you start, are you on the hotspot?
Not yet. It's breaking.
Yes, it's breaking. Your video is breaking up, so I think that it will break up. Yes.
Long for what?
Deb just said, please remind Khenpo about the long.
No, I'm not going to do long today.
Pardon?
I'm not going to do long today. This teaching is not going to finish. Okay, so can you hear now?
We can hear, yes.
Okay. Pay attention for the teaching. Stop all the phone chatting. And turn off your phones. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to share the teaching. Teaching is right now.
Page 14, I think.
This Varja.
This is Zopa.
Mahamudra teaching. So Mahamudra so we are in the lesson to Zopa. So we are in there, and then last week I mentioned here Jigten Sungun sharing is accordingly the last week the you know before that last week the last section accordingly one become confused in the terms of the 6 steps of beings, the 4 types of rebirth, and the 5 paths of being. So I told you 5 paths of being is I'm going to explain. And 6 types of beings is 6 realms. The 4 types of rebirth we already shared last week. And the 5 paths of being is the anger path is harems. Attachment part is hungry gods, and ignorance part is animal realm, and jealousy part is jealousy gods, and then pride part is human being and gods realms. So that's this mentioned the list 5 part means slightly different than 6 beings. You know, we usually say 6 being is projecting by 6 afflictive emotions. So 5 part is the pride create a human being and the gods realm together, and attachment says hungry gods realm. So other or same, just that's the just point is the same. Okay, so now we are in the lesson Zopa. So attaining Buddhahood is as follows, and the enlightenment so Buddhahood is as follows, means like this explain like the coming like enlightening is path as mentioned before. So Jigten Songgo actually explained already before. He said the dharmata which is without foundation and without base. So dharmata, dharma dhartu, so is the point is like all phenomena is emptiness. That is called dharmata. Dharmata, which is without a foundation, without a base. Like every phenomena is no foundations, no base, or is emptiness. It is self. It is emptiness. Emptiness is emptiness. So, and the foundation without a base. And the dharma dharta, which is the object of knowledge. And the dharma dhartu means all the phenomena are emptiness. And that means object of knowledge. And the object of knowledge is not truly inherently exist. It's all is emptiness. So that is called dharma dharta. And in delusion states, we don't recognize all phenomena as emptiness. Then that's called the phenomena and external object. But when realize all the phenomena is emptiness, and then that's called dharma dharta. And the dharming means, it's conscious mind. Then conscious can be delusion mind, can be wisdom. So not knowing is called, consciousness, mind, ordinary mind. Is knowing truth, then it's called wisdom. The dharma, the mental consciousness or the mind, and is delusion, not knowing truth, is called consciousness or the mind. So we usually using these two words. Sometimes we say consciousness, sometimes we say mind, but point is the same. And then that is not knowing. Is the awareness, wisdom, Rigpa Yishis, which is the knower, Yishi. So then we know knowing delusion is called mind and consciousness, but is seeing truth, knowledge is called awareness, wisdom, Rigpa Yishi, means like seeing it itself, knowing it itself, truth. So become the delusion mind is transformed or changed to Rigpa Yishi. Rigpa Yishi means knowing truth, which is the knower. These two pro-model abides as sameness. Rigpa Yishi, that's a Chinyik, always being with us. Pro-model be with abide as sameness. That is selflessness. For this reason, one does not see the dharma dharta in terms of apprehend and apprehender or partially, and after discovering it as great bliss, when the experience pains and wisdom, Yishi are indivisible, the self-arising wisdom manifests from that state. Thus the co-emerging ignorance ceases. This whole thing is Jitin Sunggung explain, and enlightening Buddhahood is means all this phenomena is knowing emptiness. So it's phenomena is called dharma dharta. So then our conscious mind is delusion is purify, and the awareness, wisdom shines. So then dharma dharta and phenomena object and mind is arising wisdom. So the both are unbeginningless term, is a sameness, no separation. These two pro-model abides in as a sameness means subject-object inseparable, sameness, unbeginningless term. So that is called selflessness. And for this reason, one does not see the Dharma Dharta, and then who's seeing this truth and the truth, then in that state, so true nature states for the does not see the Dharma Dharta in terms of apprehended and apprehender, so no subject and object in that state. It's become, Dharma, Dhartu, and Dharming are become oneness. It's the sameness, no separation. So, and after discovering it, so long as you discover that it has the great bliss, then true bliss rising, bliss wing, wherein the experience and the wisdom, yishi, are indivisible. The self-arising wisdom called manifest from that state. And then, long as this nature, knowledge, wisdom, arising, thus the co-emerging ignorance then ceases, is die. Ignorance is naturally released. It is purified. So that's the main point, like what Buddha means. Buddha means, and our conceptual is become non-conceptual. Non-conceptual means object is or recognize, realize emptiness, Dharma Dharta. Subject mind is, become awareness, wisdom, ripashans. Is subject, object is not separable, it's oneness become. And then in that state, so no separation, and no in that state there no apprehended and apprehender, or partially, and it's gone. And after discovering, so long as you discover that, and then all the ignorance, delusion is become stopped in this state. So that's called enlightenment. It's a very beautiful way explained, but it's a little harder if we don't have experience meditation, Mahamudra, then no you get knowledge, this subject and the object is become inseparable and not separate. So long as you have some levels of adya, no duality, then this explain is very clear. So we are human being. Just generally, delusion means we not knowing our mind is Rinpoche. So mind is always follow the object. Then fixation to the object. Object we don't recognize is Dharma Dharta, emptiness. And as long as we understand that all object is truly inherently not exist, it is emptiness, mind is no longer fixation to external object, then mind itself is become inseparable with subject and object. Inseparable means like no separate. There are no two separations. When that realization rise, then all the ignorance and the delusion is stopped. So also Jigten Songgo here mentioned is like followed by example. The girl becomes old and withered. Okay, then like girl like didn't get any married, like no creator become family, and then become old, so then no start create like babies and family, and then it's naturally and finish it there. So the finishing means like no create more families, human beings. Then same confusion turns into wisdom. So then all our subject object confusion turns into wisdom. Suffering turns into happiness. So suffering is become transformed to happiness. Thoughts turn into dharmakaya. Therefore, this is known as dharmakaya, co-emerging wisdom, that cognizes itself. So thus as one become familiar and acquainted with that, the mind resolve that the mind itself lacks any nature. So Jigten Sunggun, the point is he using example explain. So the ignorance is stopped, then it's not going to delude it again. The same is girl is no married and no get a baby, and then naturally stop the creating human beings like and beings. Same is then we have lots of confusions that's become realized truth, then confusion is turned into wisdom become. And we have lots diversity suffering in samsara, and all this suffering is become transformed into true happiness. And then we have every single being has lots of thoughts going on every moment, every single day. This all thoughts is become called dharmakaya. Its thoughts is emptiness. Then therefore, so then long as you have this realization, this is known as dharmakaya. It's called co-emerging wisdom. Long as this is recognized, then thus as one become familiar and acquainted with that, the mind resolve that the mind itself lacks any nature. So that's introducing, our true nature, Rigpa, our mind nature. Jigten Sunggun, he introduced. Then the next is like we have to maintain that. Knowing the truth is we have to maintain the habituate practice. As one actualizes the realization that is free from union with the separation from great bliss, Dewa Khenpo, Dechin, I think. So, and one actualizes, so with familiarity, habituate, then the realization that free from union with what happens? Something arises in the.
Did you go offline?
Okay, so no. Long as you realize that, then you are free from union with and separation from great bliss. Dechin the Dharma. Great Buddhahood is attained. So, first, of course, like we need introducing true nature, and we know, like Jigten Sunggun explained about this Dharma Dhartu and true nature, the Buddha nature, introducing the first part. And long as we intellectually knowing that, and then we have to meditate. Meditate is we have to create a habituate karmic imprint or used to that. So long as you used to and meditate, then become one day realize arise. When realize arise, free from union is with the separation from great bliss. So Dharma Dharma emptiness and then true with great bliss rising together. Emptiness, bliss is emptiness. Emptiness is inseparable with bliss. So that bliss arises, then Buddhahood is attained. Then the 5 paths of beings cease. So 5 paths, like already mentioned. 5 different afflictive emotions create 6 realms beings. And the 4 modes of birth vanish. So then 4 birth is become gone. Samsara is rising from 4 different births. The karma of 6 realms is swept away. So all the negative karma, 6 afflictive emotions create generally usually negative karma. So all that karma is purified. Then the Buddha fears of 3 bodies unfold without recurring reach them. Then the point is naturally, is realize the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya body unfold without recurring reach them. And the result is intrinsically discovered. So the result is naturally is discovering. So result is intrinsically means always there, never separate. We have always with us. So that intrinsic true nature is then discovered. Zupa, this is known as Buddhahood. So Jigten Songpo said that is the enlightened Buddhahood. In terms of the actualized realization, Topa Ngun George Sanje. So then that's the terms of the realization. This is the known as a Buddha in terms of the actualized realization. So usually we talk two different ways of Buddha. First we say like every single being is a Buddha. But that means like not yet intrinsic is discovered. Intrinsic true nature is there, but not discovered yet. So that means every single being is a Buddha, but due to obstacles, still samsara delusion beings. In this one, Jigten Songpo say, the result is the intrinsically discovered. Then this is like known as Buddhahood in terms of the actualized realization, means you purify the obstacles and realize the truth. So this is the purify, actualize Buddha. Same as Buddha Shakyamuni. So that's we have to know 2 difference. Like generally we say every single being is a Buddha, but then sometimes then we say like, okay, Buddha means enlightenment, free from suffering. So this one is called free from suffering, and so actualize realization Buddha. Then next is this also comes with the following initial sons. So when we're going to become Buddha, what sons, like, actualize the sons rising, realization sons rising is when realization first dawns, one understands the entirety of appearance and possibilities, samsara and nirvana as appearing while inherently not existing, just like reflections in a mirror. So when realization rising, then all the samsara nirvana is recognized as inseparable. Especially so all appearances, like whatever rising in the appearances is seeing is like reflection, just like the reflection in a mirror. So seeing is truly inherently not exist. And whatever arising in the form, appearances, whatever arising, our mind is not going to chasing, and no fixation, and no fixation to the external object, no grasping arising our mind. So that is the sign of the realization. And then also, when professings dawns in the stream of one's mind in regard to the 84 doors of the Dharma, one becomes endowed with the Dharma I, Dharma make. So then the whole realize, this the true, and who has become enlightened, then the person has this knowledge is all arising. Proficiency dawns in the stream of one's mind in regards to the 84,000 Dharma teaching is arising in the mind. One become adorned with the Dharma eye, so then the person has Dharma eye. Dharma chicha, and in that moment understand without hindrance. So like knowing all the Dharma teachings, and the not only just the words, is knowing the true meanings, and that's is rising, understand without hindrance, and the characteristic of generic and actual phenomena. Then also the understanding all the without hindrance, or the characteristics of the generic and the actual phenomena, knowing is without hindrances. So that knowledge is arising, and who has the enlightened realization, and then Dharma teaching is naturally rising, no rely on the scriptures. So same as the Jigten Songgung, he sharing this Mahamudra, this teaching, he just is arising from his wisdom, no rely on any scripture, like books, teachings. At this point, the meditative absorption, samadhi, cannot be diminished by any condition, and thus any treasuries of wisdom become accessible. So then realization rising, so meditation samadhi is cannot be diminished. Any by any condition, and thus any treasuries. So meditation samadhi, no any external things cannot distracting and cannot destroy the samadhi. So just example is like when Buddha reaching and going to enlighten, the Maharaj tried to disturb the Buddha, but the Maharaj cannot disturbing to the Buddha Shakyamuni's mind. And so, who is going to reaching enlightened mind, no one can stop. So cannot be diminished by any condition, and thus any treasuries. Or wisdom become accessible, so all the wisdom is rising, and then the wisdom, many, like wisdom has 84,000 wisdom rising, but all this is subsumed to 5 wisdoms. Usually we, talk about Buddha has 5 wisdom. Then the all wisdom is one wisdom called Dharma Dharta wisdom is rising. And then there is branches like 5 wisdom, 84,000 wisdoms rising. Then next is after abiding in that meditative absorption for an extended time, so when realizing true nature, then the meditator or practitioner, who reaching the enlightenment, and that person is abiding in that meditative absorption, means like stay long time, like true nature absorption for an extended time. So this absorption is not relative level absorption. Relative level absorption is without wisdom, and just stop all the thoughts and the mind, not create any thoughts. So this one is meditative absorption is absolute truth. Meditative absorption, all the subject and object is transformed to inseparable oneness. And then for an extended time means like stay there long time meditating. One realize the subject and the object are equal pose. And then in that time, the realizer no subject and object separations. And then not post meditation and meditation inseparable. It's become always in the meditation state. And the post equal pose as a non-duality, or appearance and the mind as a non-dual. So until reaching enlightenment, then the meditator has a separate, meditation states and post-meditation. These two separate. When realized, then enlightening, so these two is inseparable, become oneness. And then always in the, just we say like meditation states, no any delusion rising, always non-duality, or appearance and the mind as non-dual. Thus there accord the sons of having attained the first permit of the perfection vehicle. So then also in this right now this sentence or like these verses, the main point is when we realize absolute truth. Realize absolute truth is starting from first Pimi Bodhisattva. So first Pimi Bodhisattva realization rising, then you can be still really long time in the true nature state, habituate in that state. You have experience, subject and object are no separation, and the post-meditation and meditation is no distinctions, and your mind is always into no duality, or the delusions are stopped. So that experience arising, so that means that we have attained the first Pimi Bodhisattva of the perfection vehicle. So that realization is the same as actually Buddha. First Pimi Bodhisattva's realization is the same as Buddha, but still, some karmic imprint habituate samsaric and karmic imprint habituate first Pimi Bodhisattva has. But when first Pimi Bodhisattva into the meditation state, then in that case, enlightened Buddha's realization and the first Pimi Bodhisattva realization is the same. And the first Pimi Bodhisattva realization rising, then your recognize subject object is a oneness, and the delusion is all transformed to the non-duality. So after attaining the first Pimi, so long as reach to first Pimi attain that realization, then one become free from the 5 fears. So free from the 5 different fears. And here Jigten Songpo mentioned the 5 fears list. Could be this 5, or could be 5 fears means like maybe we have fears for 5 elements. So maybe free from 5 elements. Could be, so or could be in this like list. Jigten Songpo mentioned here 5 lists also too. One has no fear for one's life. So due to the lack of food and the drink, so it's the person realize in the truth, and then the person no longer fear for their own life. And ordinary beings always have fears for our life. Feeling fear for our life is, we thinking about the food, and worry about the food, and not enough food. So the lots fears for the food too, and the delusion. I mean, in our samsara's grasping level. And then we have fears for drinks, we have fears for clothes, and we have fear for fire, we have fear for water, and so forth. So in the many fears arising, here Jigten Songpo mentioned the 5, food, drink, clothes, fire, water, 5 of them. So that's just generally, number 5 he count, but fear means like countless fear we have. And as long as we have a self-grasping fixation, then the fear is endless rising. So then one reach to non-duality, and this all fears is going to stop. Because reach non-duality, then person, they don't have fear for one's life. Life is already realized emptiness, and no fear for anything. And as one abides on the extraordinary stage, realization dawns vividly. So then, and as one abides on the extraordinary stage, means extraordinary is like true realizations rising. So that's called extraordinary stage. Reach to extraordinary stage. Ordinary being we are in the not extraordinary stage. So realization dawns vividly means true nature realization rising within our own mind stream. Thereby one see the truth, then the person see the truth within this life. So see the truth is within this life. At that point, one transcends the words. Then it's realized, one lifetime enlightening. We say also that's also correct. Could be truth within this life means like one lifetime reach enlightening, realize. In that point, one transcending the world means like free from six realms and free from delusions is reach to enlightenment, one lifetime, Buddhahood. Then next is Gambopa, he explained, is followed by his experience, the realization. So he has realized Mahamudra, and then he say when realization comes, the person has this experience. So that's Gambopa going to explain to his students. In general, what is the sum of mind and appearances merging? So what means our mind and all the external objects become oneness, no separations. Lord Gambopa said to Gomtsor, means his student name. This is what happens when body, appearance and mind merge. Then he move his hand without any obstructions through the pillar near his pillow. Thus it happens that one is not obstructed regarding the structure of physical appearances and so forth. So the Gambopa explained to his student, one realized, true, and then subject objects become oneness. So he used his hand and through the pillar, his the bed very close a pillar, and his student I think sit in the room together. So then he sharing this true realization to his student. And when you true nature realize, and then he's showing performing true nature, then he move his hand without any obstructions, means he moving his hand through the pillar without any obstructions, through the pillar near his pillow. So thus it happened that one is not obstructed regarding that structure of physical appearance and so forth. And this, the son of realization, and then who has realized emptiness, and then all this physical external object are, is become truly no exist for them. And when we, in the beginner, when we meditate, our experience is different, when you touch to object is there, and you can see object is there, but as long as you touch him, his object is there. But you meditate. When you meditate, and mind is no longer fixation to the object, and then your mind is in the true nature state. So you seeing all object is become no distracting, and no mind is a fixation to any object. So you have experience your mind is the same as a kind of space, and no longer distracting any external, object. Songs, like appearances, no distracting. So that we have to habituate, and meditate, habituate. Long as then you truly realize, and the become, the realization arising, no duality realization, subject object is oneness, and then meditation, post meditation is no separate, no distinctions, become oneness. And then whatever you do, everything is meditation. And then you have realized the same as a Gambopa, all these physical external things, not really distracting. Also, is you have ability to move your hand and the body go through the physical object, because physical object is you actualize, realize is emptiness, and for this realization person, physical object is not really in their exist. So that's the lots these realizations stories. Milarepa, he went through rocks, and you go to Mount Kailasha, and Mount Kailasha has many this Milarepa's performing emptiness for the one of the Pompo or teacher, and they both has like debating, and then Milarepa perform emptiness for that person, and he showed he said rocks not exist. He can go through the rocks, and I never went to Mount Kailasha, but who go there, there are many the teachers knows that where the performing and the Milarepa perform the go through the rocks. Here he make the holes, and then Milarepa also hold the space, hit the hammer space. So the point is like not any, like we say emptiness, but for us our perception is become or is destroyed. For us, like space is emptiness, but when you realize, you can hammer can hit to the space, and for us the rock is solid, but when you realize the rock is not truly solid, so everything is changed, become not the same. Then that this realization son, many master perform, like sometimes they did showing, for students. Some the teachers has like footprint and handprints, many different this performance, and this not always teachers are showing, some cause condition rising, then that happen too. If the teachers has expectation to show for that for student, maybe then not possible. That means like expectation, and is that is not realization state. Its expectations become delusion again. In delusion states, no one can performing like the exist things become showing is no exist. So all the cause conditions, and then something, realization rising moment, no any conceptual thoughts. Then that moment, this is something, the special miracle can perform, the teachers. So one of the teacher in the Gar monastery, his name is Chimi Dorje. He's the Garchen Rinpoche's teacher. So he also feet planted in the rock, on the rock. So if someone go to Gar monastery, you can see that object is still in there in the temple. It's very clearly, everything very clear, and both feet is on the rock. So the big stone, and that stone is in the shrine room in the temple, on the table. So you can see that. And so I asked questions to Garchen Rinpoche when Chimi Dorje, performed that, when that happening. So he gave me answer is his Chimi Dorje's root guru is called Garchen Tenle Yonchap. It's previous Garchen Rinpoche. So previous Garchen Rinpoche is a very high realized yogi, and so the usually yogis is not go along together with in the monastery, and that's the reason he also came out from the monastery too. So previous Garchen Rinpoche, and so the story is when Garchen Tenle Yonchap was in the monastery, and there has a called monastery. Gar monastery has two different levels. One is called upper monastery, is on the mountain, and the rock inside the rock, kind of like all is a rocky mountain, and so lower one is like maybe 3 kilometers down below, and lower monastery you can see upper monastery. And in the upper monastery, there Garchen Tenle Yonchap, he was there, and then Garchen Tenle Yonchap, student is Chimi Dorje. Chimi Dorje, went to see the Garchen Tenle Yonchap in the upper monastery, and the Garchen Tenle Yonchap, he very strongly upset with Chimi Dorje, but not really upset with emotionally, followed by like ordinary people way. And he just no reasons like criticizing Chimi Dorje and yelling to him, and you cannot stay in the monastery, you have to leave, you are like something not right person, and you are kind of he's saying like very strong words, terrible person, you have to leave, cannot stay in the temple monastery. And then Chimi Dorje, that's yelling from the roof of the temple, and Chimi Dorje was in the below the temple. So then Chimi Dorje has very strong devotion to Garchen Tenle Yonchap. So he no choice, he have to leave because the teacher, his guru, kicked out him. And then he seeing the guru's forehead only and the top the roof, yelling to him. And then he think, I have to leave, but before leave, I want to see whole face. And he put the stone in there, and he jumped top of the stone and tried to look up, and he moment, supplication and mind connect to the guru. And then at that moment, so the rock is become same is like, his foot is, planted is like he like same is like mud, his feet is become into the rocks. So he get created footprinted. So the reason is, he connect to his mind is guru. He no upset, guru's yelling to him. Okay, he think I have to leave because guru not let me to stay in the temple. But before I leave, I want to see his whole face. And he only can see the upper, like forehead part. So that's why he put in the rope and he jump, to the rope, and he, look to his guru's face, and then he connect to his mind with the guru and maybe supplicating, before leave. And his mind is into Mahamudra state. And then that moment, he printed his feet is in the rock. So then Chimi Dorje, he off from the rock, he see his feet printed. And then he upside down because he scared his guru. He upside down, then he left. And then he left. So Garchen Tenle Yonchap, he come down from the temple. He bring the kata, ask other monks, like Chimi Dorje upside down the rocks. He asked them to facing up. So he recognized, Chimi Dorje foot printed. So that's the, I heard a story from Garchen Rinpoche. And Guru Tune Yoncha also has recognized, Chimi Dorje has realization, realizer. So he, yelling to him, telling this, he actually, I think, create a realization for Chimi Dorje. So that's all is like, congregations like Chimi Dorje and Garchen Tene Yonchap there has connection, student, teacher, same as Marpa Lots and Malarepa. And Tene Yonchap can do that for Chimi Dorje. He can, perform, realize Mahamudra. So, other student, he cannot do that. But he can do only for Chimi Dorje to that kind of like, punish or carry out and perform realizations. So that's the same in this Gambopa. He also, performing to his student and the realization. And then we go back to like Chandakirti and Shankti Deva, Malarepa, all this has this performing, realizations. So each one has a long stories we have. So that's all is a realization of the emptiness. Then who has realized emptiness? So they're actually physically things not really distracting, and can go not block to for them. Not true. I think they're not really exist for them. And that means like then no rely on any like our samsaric object and the things, free from that concept. So we leave this one today here, and then tomorrow continue. Now we go to the Pardo teaching, Pato Rinpoche's. So this Pardo teaching is last week we stay is
We stopped at number 2, Khenpo.
number 2. I mean, I don't have numbers. Okay,
Third
so
page.
Yipa woman, come on, Chan. Okay, I see. As the subtle red element, right?
That's what it is, yeah.
Okay, so here when we die, it's this two things, the three different experience arising. And so this is the really dissolving, inner dissolving state. And in inner dissolving state, so we have the father's essence, mother's essence in the body. So then father's essence, white drops, this is in the crown, I think, descending to in the heart center. And so that's the, last week I think we already talked. See already then the number one says the white essence obtained from the father descend from the crown, and when it reaches the heart, there is what is called appearance. As an ultrasound that is accompanied by experience by whiteness as wing. So there's inner level our body experience. Generally we talk about appearance, external object, and then emptiness. So this two is actually external, is rising from within our inner level. So why is usually father, and the father is usually we say like representative method, and the method is rising from this white essence. White essence is arising is called appearance. See, appearance like form body. So that is a method. And then as an ultrasound that is accompanied by experience of whiteness as wing, means like all you seeing is become white, and also moon like first are completely clear sky. So that is entirely free from clouds. So that is rising from, is actually the clarity rising from the white essence. And the white essence rising clarity is representative appearance method, external level. Inner level, actually our white essence come from father's essence. That's why I call father is representative method. Method means like this white essence create appearances, external appearances. Okay, so when this appearance is going to stop, because of father, the essence descending down the heart, and then is external appearances become like completely clear sky that entirely free from clouds. And as an inner sun, there is a clear experience of the self-clarity. See, self-clarity is our mind, self-clarity, awareness rising. So mind nature has two aspects, right? Two aspects is like, one is clarity. The mind clarity is inner sun. Is that is rising from the father's essence, clarity of consciousness. Then of any coarse thoughts, states, focus on perceived objects. So all this, our gross level thoughts is dissolved into see self clarity of consciousness devoid of any coarse thoughts, no any coarse thoughts there, dissolved all the thoughts. stay focus on perceive object, or perceive clarity is rising. So then today, as the subtle red element of the mother essence from the base of the central channel. So then central channel is usually we know, and go to down below in the secret level, and then that bottom has this mother's essence. When we are alive, mother essence is bottom of the central channel. Father essence is in the top of the crown. So when we die, the father essence come down first, and then all this the external arising form fixation is stopped. The fixation to stop all the form external appearance, generally we have fixation to that. They're all going to stop, and that's why all the appearances rising form is clarity. When father descend down, and the mother is a red element of the mother descends from the base of the central channel. Then the wisdom of appearance fades into increase. So then mother is this ascend up to in the heart center, and that in that time then increase as on ultrasound a red vision, or the external object is become red vision, unfolds like a cloudless sky provided by sunlight. As on inner sun, there is an extremely clear state of mind, devoid of any coarse thoughts state, focus on the perceiving subject. And then inner sun is like all appearance is emptiness. See, that means wisdom. Mother essence, usually we say mother is representing wisdom, means like emptiness. Father essence is representative, method means clarity. So the we have a sign of like all these appearances clear when father's descend down. Mother's rising is empty, clear is empty, and that's sun is rising. But secret level actually, mind is clarity is rising, is mind nature is actually our mind is clarity. That is called father method, and mind nature is emptiness. So then that is called mother, wisdom. And so fathers descend down, mothers up into heart center, the meet there. So that means like clarity, emptiness, together. So now this father's essence, mother's essence become joined in oneness, separable. So that means like, seeing form is usually auto level. We say seeing form is empty, emptiness is a form is no other than emptiness. So appearance is empty, emptiness is appearance. So that main point is like, in our essence, mother's essence up and the father's essence down, this become join the inseparable, uniting. And auto level sun usually, we generally philosophy teachings explain all forms empty, emptiness is a forms no other than emptiness. It's uniting, And the inner level usually we have a father and a mother, like in the generation stage, the many deities have Yav and Yom, and in the join together, unite is like inseparable. So method wisdom in uniting enlightenment means. Then sacred level, we Mahamudra, usually we talk about mind nature is clear aspect, emptiness aspect is inseparable. So clarity is come from father's essence, emptiness aspect is rising from mother, and then this become joined together is inseparable, it's called mind nature. So that's like in this I think generation stage we have a very clearly like auto level, inner secret, different levels experience. Then is as outer sun as red vision unfolds like a closed sky provided by sunlight. As on inner sun, there is an extremely clear state of mind, devoid of any coarse thoughts, state focused on the perceiving subject. See the inner like clear state of mind, devoid of any coarse thoughts means all is emptiness. So then this two is become joint oneness, inseparable. It's at the subtle white and red essence meet at the heart. The wisdom of increase dissolving into attainment. So then dissolve into attainment. Through this, as on outer sun, there is an experience of blackness, like the thick darkness, which falls when the sky turns completely black. So in this sun is actually, of course, father's, is descending down, is stop all the anger, and usually man is anger. Is anger is like father's essence down, and all the anger is stopped. That cause condition all stopped. Mother is like usually attachment, and when descend up, and the mother, this attachment is become transformed or stopped. The cause is stopped, and then reuniting together is the ignorance, I think. So that's why here says this appearance is rising is like the thick darkness is ignorance, which falls when the sky turns completely black. As on inner sun, extremely subtle thoughts involving perceived object and the perceiving subject become completely absent. See, it's become oneness, absent. Subject and the object means emptiness, and clear is become oneness, inseparable, is uniting. And so this three of the when dissolution, this experience rising, or the three poison, the generally three poison is like we easy to rising anger, attachment, and ignorance is rising. So all that dissolving, this the no possible to rising in that dissolution time. So that's why anger is dissolving, and attachment is dissolving when mother's the mother's red is sending up, dissolving the attachment, and this become two of the reuniting in the heart center, and dissolving all our ignorance. So triple is dissolved. That's why we have ability to recognize true nature, Dharmakaya. and in the death bardo. So can be the person is realized in this state. So in this is a very important key point, but I don't know how to explain like more detailed good way. Is in the one of the Bardo teaching we have Bardo Gonchek Jamso. In that teaching is a little bit more explained than this. So Bardo Rinpoche actually everything is a copy from there, from the Bardo Gonchek Jamso. And of course all this, this Bardo teachings is like just copy like different ways, like each teachers create slightly different, but all this Bardo teaching has three of these together. And so red, white, and red is meet in the heart center, is become joint inseparable. So this, if go to elaborate it, actually all the Dharma teaching is kind of a really true source from this experience. And then usually we say like bodhicitta. Essence of bodhicitta is white and red. So white is the father's essence that create all the clarity aspects. And the mother's essence, emptiness, so that's a clarity, emptiness, mind, nature aspect. And so who has true realized Mahamudra, that person's, white and red is absolutely like true essence of the, treasure object become. So that's called bodhicitta essence. And bodhicitta essence is the mind is empty. So secret level we hard to understand what means essence of bodhicitta. The mind is like empty clarity, but in this case, who has realized the Mahamudra, in that the white, red is bodhicitta essence. So inner level, inner level, who has realized the secret Mahamudra, and that person's red and white is essence of bodhicitta, because white create the appearances, clarity aspect, red create empty aspects. And then the source is a Yadam deity, source of all this also, appearances, everything. So in this is very performed part. So can be all the like ultra level teachings source is this one, inner level Yadam deity practice is source in this, Mahamudra also source of this, white, red, and then this inseparable joining together. So here then okay, these two together through this as an ultrasound, there is an experience of blackness, like the thick darkness, which first the sky turns completely black. So that means like pure stop all the ignorance. Also inner sound, extremely subtle thoughts involving perceive objects and perceiving subject become completely absent. Absent, and all distinct concepts based on the appearance aspect of mind fade away. So that as the ordinary dualistic mind cease, the wisdom of attainment dawns. So now, when we have this experience, then all the appearances become recognized as emptiness. then all the subject, perceive object and the perceiving subject become completely absent. And all the descent, let's say, concept based on the appearance aspect of mind fade away. So that as the ordinary dualistic mind cease, all the dualistic concepts stop in that state. The wisdom of attainment dawns, then wisdom is really shining. So that means like in when we have the dissolution state, then when we die, death pardo, and inner or the dissolution experience, then Mahamudra, this experience rising. So that's why who has practiced Mahamudra Dzogchen, and then when we die, so have ability to realize in this state. So can become free from suffering in this state, and reach to in Dharmakaya liberation. So this is the first liberation state, highest level Dharmakaya liberation state. And here I'm going to share with you Genje Mahamudra. Last time we stopped, I think, is my book. It says completely released from all extremes is the Supreme King of views, boundless depth and awareness as the Supreme King of meditation. Correct there?
I had page 29 in our text, Khenpo.
Oh, you're 29. Okay, then it's we here is the proponent of the 28 bottom of the mantra or paramita vehicle. So this the teachings, the Vinayana and other scripture collections were not revealed the luminosity of Mahamudra, and so all this scripture teachings actually cannot discover Mahamudra. Through expounding their texts and philosophical tradition and intellectually, and the philosophy systems cannot discover Mahamudra. And when we show the moon, use the finger is not a moon, and finger is just like supporting, showing the moon, but we have to look to the moon, not look to the fingertip. And all these philosophical different vehicles talk about or the true, but they actually these teachings cannot really discover truth. So then in a mind without engagement and free of wanting anything, thoughts will arise and subside on their own like wrappers on water. So our when you meditate in a mind without engagement means like mind not engaging any thoughts and emotions, and then free of wanting anything. So minds become free from any all these concepts. Then thoughts is naturally release itself. Thoughts were rising and subside on their own like wrappers on water. So this water is rising, but it is release itself. Same, when thoughts, emotion, whatever rising in our mind, but release itself into our own mind. Obscured by the rising of desire, luminosity cannot be seen. Rising of desires, luminosity cannot be seen. observing vowels. I see that we talked this one. Observing vowels conceptually, you battery the point of true samaya. And observe vowel is like very important actually in the relative level. So without that, in the relative level, the person can become lost. Observing vowel is like I am Buddhist, I am, the different, like we say, like this Tibetan Buddhism, something like, I am Buddhist practitioner, I'm meditating Mahamudra, I'm meditating Dzogchen, I'm studying these teachings. So that's we need that in the relative level. And then we also have I follow these vowels, I have take these vowels, I follow the samaya. We need that in the observing vowel in the relative level conceptually. But in the Mahamudra, when you meditate in the nature states, you battery the point of true samaya, means like still you kept that your concepts, and then that is also broken Mahamudra samaya. So all the conceptual are become obstacle, like all the conceptuals battery the point of true samaya. True samaya is Mahamudra. All the conceptual is battery the point of true samaya. Even in the relative level is great, but in the go into Mahamudra level, we cannot keep that. Have to release that. Okay, neither focus on an object nor abiding anywhere. So mind is no focus on object or abiding anywhere. If you do not stray from the actual truth, the impaired samaya is a light in the darkness. So okay, don't la mandana. I'm saying maybe draw me. So see, if you do not astray from the actual truth, then impaired samaya is light in the darkness. So the darkness is we explain, mind delusion, that is a darkness, and the not knowing awareness, darkness. Is long as you have this true samaya, then that is impaired samaya is light in the darkness. If free of any wish, you do not dwell in extremes, you will see the meaning of all the Buddha's teachings, without exceptions. Okay. If free of any wish, so no hopes, no expectation to the result, fruition, so then you do not dwell in extremes, so you will not stuck with any extremes. You will see the meaning of all the Buddhas, then we seeing truly meaning of the Buddha's teaching, without exception. If you attain to this truth, you will be free from prison of samsara. So we have become free from prison of samsara. The point is no fixation and hopes to the realization, and no wanting that something, you free from that, then realize it naturally. If you rest in its evenly, the waves of negativity and ignorance will be burnt away. So we resting in the true states, no fears samsara, no hopes nirvana, and mind free from all the concepts, then naturally the waves of negativity and ignorance will be burned away. Ignorance is release, negative emotions release. Thus it is known as the torch of the teachings. So that's the torch of means light of the awareness, free from darkness, ignorance. Then foolish people who lack interest in this, then people who don't have connect to the Mahamudra teaching, the foolish people who lack interest in this truth are forever being carried off by the torments of samsara. And who don't have this connection to Mahamudra, then that person is actually, become forever being carried off by the torrents of samsara. Then it's kept going into samsara, no connection to Dharma. So that's why, we connect to the Dharma is most important in this regeneration time. And even we don't have expectation, everyone is a good practitioner. And the people more connect to Dharma, and the people more get connect to in the spiritual karmic imprints. So that's the and truly benefit for them. Otherwise, it goes really long time, and so this take to carry off by the torments of samsara, and there's a misery never ends. So the misery, samsara suffering is never ends. And that's why we try to share many teachings, and especially the Mahamudra Dzogchen. Even these teachings is very profound, usually not easy to get, but it's even someone hearing, and it's called hearing liberation. And so created very strong karmic imprints, Dharma connect to the person with create Dharma connections. And so no expectation to everyone to become Dharma good practitioner, If you have the expectation, and then always desponding. And you don't get connect with student, and always you desponding and upset with the students. And as long as we have this idea, connect more people to Mahamudra and habituate karmic imprints. So then that is the goal, And so then sharing teaching also truly, I think, benefit for students too. In this generation time, teachers also know realizer, so then how can be student also can be realizer, And I also get more Dharma habituate karmic imprints. So same, you also get more Dharma, this Mahamudra Dzogchen teachings, Dharma connection, karmic imprints. And so we all get connection to the spiritual path. And we also create more connection many other beings. So that's the our goal, expectation in the relative level. And then when we meditate, we have to release all the expectations, no attached to any wanting, hopes. So release all these fears. Fears means expectations. So see, many people, right now we see so many darkness beings. And we have to create a Dharma connection to karmic imprinting to them. So they're not going to become liberating in this life, but is create more Dharma connection to them is truly benefit. And Khenpo, they are also Khenpo very Dharma practitioner, Khenpo, because darkness and the people who suffering, they're receiving Dharma, its power recognized. So if we don't have suffering, we have happiness, samsara, desire, then we don't recognize the power of Dharma. And when we have suffering, difficulty, then recognize the power of Dharma. So yesterday I went in the prison and share twice 37 practice Bodhisattva. So the prisoners really connect to the Dharma, like they are really exciting, and we all enjoy that actually. I forget I'm in the prison in the jail. So that moment, every prisoner we read each verses, 37 practice, like each one read and then I explain. And everyone who was there is extremely, exciting and receiving the understanding, because they have suffering, they're going through difficulty life, and then this 37 practice of Bodhisattva is a true, absolute medicine for them. So who get sick and then they can receive medicine. So these prisoners, went through. Of course, they have many prisoners. The individual has a different situations, and we're not going to look into individual situations. Just we know, so like 37 practice is a benefit for everyone who was there, and share that teaching. I'm also very happy, and the prisoner also laughing. They also are things forget they are in the prisoner. In the jail. So that moment we just have experience of nirvana in the prison. And so that is the power of Dharma actually. And these prisoners went through very hardship, difficulty, and the life has become darkness, And so they hear these teachings in the 37 practice of Bodhisattva. Connect to that, they get really strong karmic imprints. So there can become, when I think they're released in the present, they can become looking to Dharma. Even they're not doing that, but they already has karmic imprints. So that's we every individual Sangha, more try to connect to, darkness people and create karmic imprints when the opportunity comes, that's actually we can help other beings, like goal is like helping for others means. And here, so see, foolish people who lack interest, like who don't have any spiritual connections, and who hate spiritual, Dharma. The reason is, many in the people hate religion is they get wrong views, because in the Dharma is a truth, but they don't know Dharma is a truth. That's recognized the same as also Buddha's teaching is the same as other religion. And so then they put together, all the spiritual together. The religion means like everyone then not happy with like in this time, due to some religions create many problems, and then all the religions put together, it goes to all the religions. Many people think negatively, and they don't have wisdom to look to which is right, which is wrong. And so then that is foolishing people who like interesting in this truth as forever being carried. So then that goes like forever carry over by the torments of samsara. And the misery never ends. So then suffering never ends. So who has to connect to, spiritual teaching and 37 practice of Bodhisattva path or Genje Mahamudra path, that person is going to free from samsara one day. And so that's why we have to, more create 37 practice Bodhisattva connections. So create connections, cause connections, and we have to create Genji Mahamudra. This Mahamudra teachings create cause connection for others, and so then there can be, get good dharma conduct. I mean, the habitual conditions can be free from suffering. Who said that they experience the intolerable pains of evil status. Then if you want release from this sorrow, so if we wanted to release from suffering, rely on a wise guru. So we need to realize the gurus, realize a wise guru. For when his blessing enforce you, your mind will be freed. So Guru's realization come into our mind, and then we are become free from suffering. Blessing infuse you, your mind will be free from all the conceptual or delusions. When if delusions not stop, and then this the sorrow of samsara is never going to stop. So that's why we rely on the wise guru. When you rely on a concert, the wisdom of empty bliss will rise. So here is rely on concert. Concert means like actually outer level concert, inner level, secret level. Okay, here is the like what we share so far. Pardo right now we're talking about today. Pardo. Y is representative female, right? Red is Y is representative man, and method. So that is a concert actually. The wisdom of empty bliss will arise. It means like this Y and red is joined together. Then see bliss will arise. Wisdom of empty bliss will arise. So the white drop descending down, and the red drop ascending, and they join in the heart center, inseparable. So then wisdom of empty bliss will arise. So enter into union, the blessing of method and wisdom. So union means like, see, white and red have to reuniting together, and we have true blessing is rising. So blessing of method and wisdom. Bring it down slowly, retain it, reverse it, and draw it back up. Bring it to the places in the body and let it separate throughout. So meditator has this ability, like white drop descending down and separate from the body, and red drop descending up and down. So all this tigle, we call tigle, and white and red have contour, ability to contour, and no create attachment, and create blessing, wisdom. So that's also some teacher has ability to, like practitioner has ability to using with like Yav and Yom concert and concert, but actually inner level, body, and using this energy is white and red, you have ability to control. reverse it, and draw and back and up. Bring into the place in the body and let it separate throughout. So then that's is power, wisdom shining. When you remain free of desire, so then when you remain free of desire, so see ordinary, and sexual create desires, but in this, transforming, desire is transforming. When you remain free of desire, then free from of desire, the wisdom of empty bliss will appear. Like the waxing moon, your life will expand. So then also increasing life will expand without a graying hair. So also auto level sun, and who has that ability, then hair is like become always keep shining without a graying hair. You will have a shining presence and be as strong as a lion. So be as strong as lion means lion is like just representative king of animal, and the main point who has realized Mahamudra, and then person no fears anything, no fears samsara, no hopes nirvana, free from that concept. So that's representative is called lion. The common attainment will be safely gained, and you will enter into automatic attainment. Attainment Mahamudra. May this essential advice on Mahamudra dwell in the hearts of fortunate beings. So this, telopa aspiration, dedicating. May this, essential advice means like this is a true advice on Mahamudra dwell in the hearts of fortunate beings. Fortunate beings has opportunity to connect to Mahamudra. So this is what is the Siddha Telopa said to Naropa on the bank of the river Ganges. May it be virtuous. So we finish the Ganges Mahamudra, and then we finish teaching there today. Thank you everyone, and now we go to dedication. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma, Lord Gambopa, Pamutropa, Lord Digompa, please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve omniscience, by defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travels on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, death, cross the ocean of Samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, the precious mind, where it is humble, may it arise, where it is a bomb, is not decline, but it will increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities separate far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri, they will all realize autonomic state, and as did the Samanta, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By this virtue collected in 3 times by myself and all beings in Samsara and Nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Guru Digompa Renachari, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of the Samsara. Om Mani Padme 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 Hum. Thank you everyone. Tashidele, and we have Varja Sava Empowerment tonight at 6 p.m. Vancouver time. Anyone want to join, you're welcome. Tashidalai. See you evening or morning, your morning.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Muchas gracias, Khenpo.
感恩上师，感谢你师，扎西德勒。
Chidele, Khenpo.
Have a great, everyone be
Thank
happy
you,
and
Rinpoche.
healthy.
Thank you, Raul. You're wonderful.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
You're so wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Khenpo. 感谢上师，感谢医师。
Oh, Amanda, you're there. Thank you.
感恩上师。
Tashidalai. Thank you, Shirap, translating.
上师。
Thank you, Amanda.